I just didn't really want to be around anyone.
That was a trick. And the only thing I won was being alone.
I had to stop giving a fuck about people. That was the biggest thing. I had to stop caring what people thought about me. I realized that everybody's fucked up. That's the one thing I realized. I walked around and I put these people on a fucking pedestal. Everybody was better than me. So I can't tell you anything about me because you're gonna judge me and I'm gonna feel even worse than what I am.
If you're doing good, they got something to say. If you're doing bad, they got something to say. So do what makes you happy. Because you see this jet, you see this private jet that we own? I got it because I did what the fuck I wanted to do.
Everybody that's talking to you about how jacked up you are, only thing they've done better than you is they've hidden their fucked up world better than you have. That's all they've done.
So cut out the bullshit, focus on the little things in your life that you are doing well, and the rest you get incorporated over time.
For me, I hate school. I hate it. I just want to make YouTube videos. That's all I ever want to do. That's all I ever wanted to do.
Fuck school. I don't know why we still even have this outdated concept of school to just build workers. Because we know what the fuck school was made for. Why are we pretending?
I was barely passing, and I sat down with our guidance counselor, and she literally was like, you are basically like delusional.
So I go to college. It's community college. It's not that expensive, whatever. And I just couldn't stand it, man. It made me just so depressed. I hate it.
We know school was created to create workers. Do you still know? I don't. What the fuck is X?
No fucking idea.
Bro, I'm still waiting. Still, I'm like, when have I in my life as an adult known what the fuck X is? The basics. I understand maths, yes, English comprehension, all that kind of stuff. But when you come to like social studies and algebra and calculus, I'm like, are you gonna use those in the real world? So fuck school.
Oh, they went that way? Well, yeah, we are here. I just bought my mom's house. So, exciting.
Oh, you changed.
Yeah.
Oh, why are you doing this? Oh, you think you're better than us? These are all the phrases that you're going to hear. And I need you guys to understand the reason why they're saying that is because what you're doing is you changing and you wanting better puts a spotlight on their inadequacies.
People get hurt by these people. I love them. You're telling me every day, because I used to be a weak motherfucker too. You're showing me every day who you are.
And that spotlight hurts. They don't want that spotlight on them. So they're trying to drag you back into the darkness with them so that spotlight isn't with them.
I had to stop giving a fuck about people. That was the biggest thing. I had to stop caring what people thought about me. I realized that everybody's fucked up. That's the one thing I realized.
But you're choosing something different. That makes them feel uncomfortable. Because then they know in the back of their mind, wait, he's doing it? Shit. Well, I'm going to have to change too if he's going to keep hanging out with me.
Be so unapologetically you. We live once, so you mustn't waste energy and time on people who want to see you fail.
I think people are so fucking afraid of getting told no or being told like you're dumb that they just instinctually get mad at that. I think that is a sign of a good friend, someone that's gonna be like, brother, that is a terrible idea.
Because like at the end of the day, environment is everything, and it's like you just said. Like I've heard this is another quote, but like when people say like, "Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future." Like
you want to be around people that celebrate your successes. You want to be around people that commiserate with your failures without letting you off the hook. You want to be around people that are aiming up, not people that'll drag you back down. You know, this often happens to people who are trying to quit drinking. So their friends will tempt them. And sometimes it's a bit of a provocation. It can be playful, but some of the time it's like, well, who the fuck are you to escape? You know, you get back down here in the mire with us. You think you're better than us, do you? You know, and a lot of misery comes from that.
I'm talking about trust. Where do you draw the line on who you can and can't trust?
I don't trust nobody. I risk it all day.
I needed somebody, and they didn't do it. And so I decided at that point, I guess, I don't need you. The only person I need is me.
You had nobody anyway, motherfucker. Look around you. There was no fucking team. It was you.
I don't want to need help. I don't need you.
There was no weight loss program or mom and dad waking you up saying you can do it, you can be better, trying to build belief. You built belief when you had nothing. Rock bottom.
I realized you go higher, you go even more alone. Why? Because nobody is willing anymore to invest their energy in going higher. So that means along this way, the higher you want to go, the more likely you're gonna walk alone. This is the next thing. Along the way to mastery, you walk the way alone. This is not my sentence.
Feeling alone and being alone are two different things. Sometimes going alone is the best thing you can do for yourself.
And the only thing I won was being alone.
I don't need friends that aren't involved in this game.
I realize you go higher, you go even more alone.
That aren't on the same path, you know what I mean? Because it's just not, it doesn't make sense.
Why? Because nobody is willing anymore to invest their energy in going higher.
Bro, do you know how hard it is to find friends who are generally want to just see you win?
That's hard.
People like to see you do good, but not better than them, bro. And it's so hard to just find people that just want to see you win. Just, wow, like, yo, he going crazy.
Right.
You feel me? Because people just be envy one day and just don't like what you're doing and shit like that.
Look around you. There was no fucking team. It was you. There was no weight loss program or mom and dad waking you up saying you can do it, you can be better, trying to build belief. You built belief when you had nothing.
Remember this. Sometimes the people you call friends aren't your true friends. Stay true to yourself.
I don't buy myself shit. I take great pride in that. I don't want shit. Because how I'm wired to, hey mom, I'm gonna get you this, and this. My girl, everybody's got everything. I don't even own a fucking car, and I'm a multi-millionaire.
There's an expression that I've said on this podcast many times, but I'll say it again, is that hard times create hard men. Hard men create soft times. Soft times create soft men. Soft men create hard times. And it's that old expression, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
You be that warrior in that garden. All right? And you stand strong. You be a strong man. You be a good man. And you just let the world rage around you.
Masculinity doesn't mean you're mean. It doesn't mean you're angry. It means strength. It means discipline.
Keep going. Remember, don't get it twisted. Stay true to yourself.
But what if life wasn't about happiness? What if life is about experiencing every aspect and every emotion that life has? Wouldn't you want to experience the full set and range of emotions that life has to offer you? The sadness, the heartbreaks, the joy, right? You can't have happiness without sorrow. You can't have pleasure without pain. And to neglect one thing is to neglect life. So why would you neglect these things? And in order for you to achieve freedom, you need to be able to understand that you need to be unwaveringly decided to enjoy every aspect of the experience of life.
If you can see it here and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen.
And every morning you wake up, you hold yourself accountable to that mission, not a company's, your own. Make up your own mission statement. What do you want to be in life?
Trust the process. Results follow.
Me and you both know you didn't stick to the script last year, but it's okay though, because this year we come for everything that we lost and more. This gonna be your year if you act right. You're the only one that can make it right, but you also the only person that can mess it up. The pressure on your shoulders, but you gotta embrace it. And if you lock in at the end of the year, you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm proud.
While they're partying, you're working. While they're sleeping, you're working. While they're at the cinema eating junk food, you're at home healthy, eating organic food, developing your mindset. Why? Not because you're a freak, but because you realize that in order to get to the next level, you must be willing to sacrifice the necessities and the requirements to get to the next level.
Simply this. Every morning when you get up, say over and over to yourself, do it now, do it now, do it now, I do it now, do it now. Whenever you have this tendency to procrastinate, program your subconscious mind with this automatic conditioned command, do it now, do it now, do it now. The key to overcoming procrastination is to develop a sense of urgency. Be the kind of person who gets things done quickly. Be the kind of person who launches fast on a task.
Focus. Lock in. At the end of this year, don't be in the same position as you were last year.
Because you don't need 20 friends. You just need 3 motherfuckers and you can take over a country.
Keep your circle small. Listen, you can have a lot of acquaintances, you can have a lot of business associates, a lot of people can know who you are.
We think we need all these motherfuckers. You give me 3 bad motherfuckers and you're finished. You understand me? You're fucking finished.
I keep my circle very small. Like, with everything going on, bro, like, people, you don't know who's using you for what. You don't know who wants you for what.
When it comes to my core people, you know, the people that run with me every single day, you have your group of people, like your day ones, the people that you love, that you know that whether you lose everything today, whether you have to go back to Canada, whatever happens, like, you know, at the end of the day, it can be like a crazy world. They still got your back, right?
But in terms of your actual circle, the people that you will tell things to, the people that you will confide in, you have to keep that circle small.
Keep your circle small. Surround yourself with real friends who lift you up and keep it genuine.
We can't find anything on how you did all this. How are you able to do all this? A head guy came in from MIT, and he said, you know how he did it?
So just like that, most people are like, oh, I don't want to get too obsessed because, you know, then it'll be unhealthy. Right. Get a little obsessed. Make some money. Get a little obsessed. Build your relationship. Get a little obsessed. Brush your fucking teeth and comb your hair. Like, get obsessed with looking like a fucking healthy human being.
Confront the work. People think they need perfect conditions to start, when in reality, starting is the perfect condition.
About it is, no one's going to save you. No one's going to come out of the woods and say, hey, I got your back, man. I want to take you from all this shit.
You can't outrun your demons. They'll always find you. Only way to beat them motherfuckers is look at them eye to eye and make them your bitch. Mindset's the only thing that gets you through hard times.
You're too busy. Sure you are. That's a lie. And you're too tired, or you're too sore, or you're just plain not feeling it. Lies, lies, lies.
The real Merry fucking Christmas happens when all of that noise is gone. It's quiet. And it's you against you. And I promise you, man, by getting up early and getting after it to go lose weight, study harder, guess what? It's a lot fucking harder now. That repetition becomes a lot harder now.
List goes on and on and on. And it doesn't stop if you don't make it stop.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
Recognize the excuses are not valid. They aren't.
You know what? Fuck that. When the alarm goes off in the morning, you have to wake up. Don't wake up, don't worry about that. When you're in school, you know what? Fuck that, man. It's too hard to study. So don't study. You know what? Don't eat healthy because you don't have to. So guess what? When you fail, don't blame your mom. Don't blame your dad. Don't blame teachers. The only person you have to blame is yourself.
I don't give a fuck about what anybody else is doing. How hard is it to understand? I don't watch people's stories on Instagram. I don't give a damn. Like, I don't care about anybody's fucking pancake at the souffle shop and whatever, dude. I don't give a damn. I'm living my own reality.
May I remind you that the habit of taking the line of least resistance makes all rivers and some men crooked.
there you go. There you go. Energy. Let it out. 7, 8, 9, 10. A machine here. There you go. Nobody works like David in this house. 13. Come on. 14. Come on. 15. Shut that muscle down. 16. Come on. Get it. 17. They don't know me, son. Get it. 18. Know me, son. Get it. 19. Know me, son. Damn. 20. You got some more, baby. 21.
If you hope hard enough, it usually comes true.
The real question is, how bad do you want it?
But I'm gonna tell you something right now. You can be successful without an education. You can be successful without coming from a rich family. I don't care what's wrong with you. You can be successful.
They ain't believe in us. But God did. That's my advice, bro. Stop worrying about that bitch, bro. Don't worry about that bitch, bro. That bitch ain't worried about you, bro. That girl ain't worried about you. The girl that she be thinking about, she not worried about you, man. It's about waking up in the morning and do what you want to do. It's 2024, bro. Get it right, my nigga.
The reality is you pick the one thing and you do it for 30 days.
Once you put your mind to it, you can do it. Once you really put your mind to whatever you got going on and you really want to get something done, it's you versus you. So you saying you want to get it done is huge, because once you get it done, it's like, damn, like, I really said I was going to do it and I did it.
Look, one thing I want you to promise me is that no matter how long it takes, keep going. No matter how much it hurts, keep going.
Start and stay consistent. As long as you believe you can, you will. If you want it, go get it.
Everything you're going through is preparing you for what you ask God for.
One direction. If you're at the bottom, but you gotta look up.
Some people just stop. I don't know why they stop. Just keep working.
And when you look up, somebody there waiting for you. His name is G.O.D.
What I'm saying is, as you do this stuff, it'll stack on top of itself.
And he's there with a hand, reaching out, waiting for you to take control of your life.
The W's will stack, just like the losses have stacked in your life right now.
Times in our life we want to get confident and cocky and arrogant. And God says, I steer, but I do not row. We need to put in the work, and God will guide you. And that's the greatest lesson I've learned.
Time is now, you know what I mean? Like, our life expectancy is only 75.
And growth is a 1-to-1 ratio. Your job in life, my job in life, is to step out of our comfort zone.
Success is not a comfortable procedure.
It is to step out of our comfort zone because we know that staying in our comfort zone is going to hurt.
Find a way. Know what y'all want to do. You can be 30, you can be 40, you can be 50. You still got a chance.
Live every day with urgency and go for something that would make you proud.
This is quote of the day. Did you wake up this morning? Good! You're not done yet!
Because when you're 90 and you're not mobile and you're tired and it's over, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't build that company you wanted. You can't spend that time with your kid. It's regret.
Quitting drinking, or you staying in to work on your side hustle or your project or the business that you want to launch, the podcast.
But what if you do? See, that's the resistance that we have to remove.
Quote, which is like, on the way up, they root for you, and then when you're at the top, they try and tear you down because you remind them of the dreams that they couldn't accomplish, right? And it's purely a projection of them onto you and has nothing to do with you. You might be at the top of their mountain, and so they are tearing you down because now you remind them that they haven't done it.
Work hard, bro. Stay focused. Stay on your path. Stay on your fucking grind.
You may start to fail tests. All these questions are in your mind. Why am I here? I'm not good enough. If you do not have the answers, you will quit. Always embrace the suck, adapt to the suck, stay home.
Live every day that you get to the fullest, because you cannot get them back.
It's for men. A loss in your family, loved one, friends. Cool. A movie that hit you deep and your eyes water. Okay. That's it.
That's a lot of pressure on men,
listen,
can I say?
Listen. This is real life, yeah? You have to be a rock. You must. Don't ever, all due respect, you're a lovely girl, we spoke before. Men, do not listen to that.
You don't become the king by chasing the queen. You become the king by chasing the crown.
My philosophy is when you really love somebody, you want to protect them and you want to care about them. And I realized that the people who haven't protected me, maybe they didn't love me in the way that they think they did.
There are only 3 types of people in your life. First are the leaf people. These are people who come into your life just for a season. They are there to take what they need, and as soon as it gets cold, or a wind blows in your life, they are gone. Second are the branch people. Although they are stronger than leaves, you have to test them out before you run out there and put all your weight on them. They may stay with you for a few seasons, but they will break away when life becomes tough. And finally, the root people. These people are very important because they don't do things to be seen. Their only wish is to support you and help you live a strong and healthy life. And even if you go through a difficult time, they will hold you up. They love you, just the way you are. Do people get tired of each other after being together for a long time? I think that when 2 people spend a lot of time together, they become very familiar with each other. You might argue about small things and feel tired. You might even start thinking that you don't like each other anymore and that you're not a good match. Then you meet someone else and you feel like that person is great for you, even better than your current partner. You have fun conversations that seem to last hours. You treat each other with kindness, and you seem to forget about your current partner. But in this moment, it is important for you to remember that when you first got together, you also had endless things to talk about. You should know that feelings can become ordinary over time, and it's only with people you don't know well that you have a lot to talk about. Real feelings show up when you run out of things to talk about and excitement turns into true love. And if you can overcome this phase, then you'll realize that there's nothing in this world that could break your bond. I asked God to take my habit away. God said no. It is not for me to take away, but for you to give it up. I asked God to grant me patience. God said no. Patience is a byproduct of tribulations. It isn't granted, it is earned. I asked God to give me happiness. God said no. I give you blessings, happiness is up to you. I asked God to spare me pain. God said no. Suffering draws you apart from worldly cares and brings you closer to me. I asked God to make my spirit grow. God said no. You must grow on your own, but I will prune you to make you fruitful. I asked for all things that I might enjoy in life. God said no. I will give you life so that you may enjoy all things. Then I asked God to help me love others as much as He loves me. God said, finally, you get the idea. I asked God, why are you taking me through troubled waters? He replied,
for your enemies cannot swim.
I asked, why do I always feel like I'm failing and struggling? He answered,
your triumphs bloom when you struggle. Each challenge is an opportunity for growth. Every stumble is a step toward success.
I asked, why do I sometimes feel like life is filled with pain and helplessness? He responded,
because in your weakest moments, I am by your side. I use your pain to forge your character.
Why do I have to experience disappointment and setbacks? He replied,
because in disappointment you learn to trust, and in setbacks you learn to persevere.
Finally, I asked, why do I always feel confused and lost? He answered,
because you overlook my plan for your life. Focus on me, and I shall pave the way and shed light on your path. In my hands, all is as it should be.
If one day you suddenly become rich, you must remember these 10 things. 1. Don't tell anyone, including your family. 2. Paying off all your debts should be the first thing you do. 3. If this money has already been transferred to your card, don't rush to pull it out. Put it in for 6 months first and generate interest. 4. Don't buy or rent a high-end house immediately. 5. Don't quit your job just yet. You must first generate other steady income streams. 6. Don't buy a car or luxury goods yet. 7. Don't partner in business with family, friends, or romantic partners. 8. If you have children, do everything in your power to prevent them from knowing you're rich. 9. Maintain the status quo. Act like nothing has changed. 10. Be cautious with big data and avoid oversharing. If you're not following the quote circle, you will probably never hear my voice again. But if you are, congratulations. You're growing every day. Imagine getting bitten by a snake, and instead of helping yourself recover from the poison, you chase the snake and try to find out why. You try to prove to the snake that you didn't deserve to get bitten. This has nothing to do with snakes. Do you know what happens when you try to boil a frog? If a frog is suddenly put in a pot of boiling water, it will immediately think, "This is extremely painful. I need to get out of here now." And it will jump out right away. But if you take that same frog and put it in a pot of cold water, place the pot on the stove, and start heating it up slowly, the frog will relax. It thinks, "It's getting warmer in here, but a little extra warmth won't hurt." And it keeps that thought until it eventually gets boiled. Unfortunately, we are not much different. Many things in life accumulate gradually. Debts, excess weight, and poor health. And we fail to notice them until it's already too late. Do not underestimate the little things, for it is often these silent killers that lead to our demise. If you're not following the quote circle, you will probably never hear my voice again. But if you are, congratulations. You're growing every day. If you find yourself falling in love because someone brings laughter into your life, what happens when their jokes no longer amuse you? If you fall in love because of someone's beauty, how will your feelings endure when the relentless march of time erodes that beauty? And if your love is anchored in the financial security someone provides, what happens if their wealth evaporates? True love, in its purest form, transcends all conditions and superficial reasons. When you genuinely love someone, you stop seeking reasons or explanations for your affection. It's a love that sees beyond humor, beauty, or wealth. This kind of love is unwavering and unconditional, not tethered to the changing tides of circumstance or appearance. At the core of true love, there lies a bond that defies rational thought. The acceptance and appreciation of one another, exactly as they are, regardless of what life may bring. One day, a very wealthy father decided to take his son on a trip to the countryside, for the sole purpose of showing his son how it was to be poor. They spent a few days and nights on the farm of what would be considered a very poor family. After they returned from the trip, the father asked his son how he liked the trip. "It was great, Dad," the son replied. "Did you see how poor people can be?" the father asked. "Oh yes," said the son. "So what did you learn from the trip?" asked the father. The son answered, "I saw that we have one dog, and they had 4. We have a pool that reaches to the middle of our garden, and they have a creek that has no end. We have fake lights mounted on the trees in our garden, and they have the night sky filled with stars. Our patio reaches to the front yard, and they have the whole horizon. We have a small piece of land to live on, and they have fields that go beyond our sight. We buy our food, but they grow theirs." The boy's father was speechless. Then his son added, "It showed me just how poor we really are. Very often we easily forget what we have and concentrate on what we don't have. What is one person's worthless object is another's prized possession. It is all based on one's perspective. Sometimes it takes the perspective of a child to remind us what's important. 22-year-old Marilyn Monroe was once fired from Columbia Pictures, saying she just didn't have what it takes to be an actress. Thomas Edison had to create 1,000 light bulbs before one worked. Walt Disney's idea to build Disneyland was rejected by investors 302 times. And the famous James Dyson tested 5,126 prototype vacuum cleaners over the span of 15 years and almost went bankrupt. But on the 5,127th, the vacuum cleaner worked, and now it is a successful brand worldwide. The moral of the story is, you never know which attempt will be successful. You must remember that nothing of value in life comes easy. So even if you feel like it's taking way too long, or that it's getting way too difficult, remember, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You only ever lose if you quit.